Welcome back, night owls and highway wanderers. If you've ever driven the open road after midnight, you already know the silence isn't always empty. The asphalt holds memories, the fog hides more than mist, and sometimes, the only thing listening to your CB radio isn't human. Today I'm sharing 3 first-hand accounts from long-haul drivers who swear they encountered something beyond explanation on lonely stretches of highway. These aren't campfire tales. These are reports from men and women who spent thousands of miles staring into the dark, only to find the dark staring back. Buckle up, keep your headlights high, and let's roll into the unknown. Story 1. The phantom told my name is Elias, and I've been hauling freight across the Pacific Northwest for over 15 years. Route 20 through the Cascades isn't for the faint of heart. Steep drop-offs, sudden whiteouts, and long stretches where your cell service flatlines without warning. 2 winters ago, I was running a midnight delivery toward Wenatchee. Snow had just started falling, thick and heavy, reducing visibility to barely 50 yards. My wipers were fighting a losing battle. Around mile marker 114, my GPS glitched. The screen went black, then flickered back on with a route I didn't recognize. That's when I saw it. A toll booth. Not a modern plaza with cameras and automated lanes, but a weathered, wooden structure with a single flickering bulb hanging above it. There was no signage, no maintenance vehicles, just a figure in a heavy wool coat standing beside it. I slowed down. Before I could process what I was seeing, the man stepped forward. He held out a small, yellowed paper ticket. I rolled my window down just enough to take it. His gloves were cracked leather, stiff with age. He didn't speak, just nodded once, then turned and walked into the tree line. I looked down at the ticket. It was stamped with a date, November 12, 1987. The toll amount was written in faded ink. I kept driving, but my hands wouldn't stop shaking. When I finally reached a gas station with working Wi-Fi, I searched the route. No toll booth ever existed on that stretch. But when I dug into local archives, I found a police report from that exact date. A state trooper had responded to a head-on collision near mile marker 114. A freight driver had lost control in a whiteout, crossed the median, and never made it to his destination. The report noted the driver was found clutching a handful of unpaid toll receipts. I still keep that yellow ticket in my glove box. Some roads don't just take you from point A to point B. They keep tabs on who passes through. Story 2. The CB loop. This next account comes from a driver named Marcus, who runs the I-10 corridor between Arizona and New Mexico. He prefers the desert runs because the roads are straight, the traffic is light, and the sky stretches forever. But light traffic means fewer witnesses when things go wrong. Marcus was hauling refrigerated cargo on a moonless night. The temperature had dropped, and the asphalt was slick with overnight condensation. He kept his CB radio tuned to channel 19, the unofficial trucker frequency. Around 2:00 am, the static broke. A voice cut through, calm but distorted, like it was coming through water. It wasn't giving weather updates or road closures, it was reading coordinates. Then it started naming landmarks. Past the rusted water tower. 2 miles to the junction, watch the black ice near the dry creek bed. Marcus frowned. That was his exact route, described in real time. He keyed his mic. Breaker 19. Who's this? Static. Then the voice returned. You're drifting right. Correct your line, the shoulder's soft tonight. Marcus checked his mirrors. Nothing behind him. No headlights. No taillights. Just empty desert. He tried to change the channel, but the dial wouldn't turn. The voice kept talking. You'll see the wreck soon. Don't stop. Don't look too long. His stomach dropped. He crested a rise, and there it was, a semi-truck, completely overturned. Its trailer split open, cargo scattered across both lanes. It looked like it had been there for years, rusted. vines creeping over the chassis. But the CB in his cab was still broadcasting. The voice had changed. It was his own, playing back his exact words from minutes ago, looped, echoing. He pulled over, grabbed his flashlight, and walked toward the wreck. There were no skid marks, no debris trail leading up to it, just the truck, sitting like it had been placed there. He never found a license plate, never found a logbook. He drove back to his rig, locked the doors, and didn't sleep until sunrise. When he reported it to dispatch, they checked the area. Nothing. No abandoned rigs, no recent accidents. But Marcus says the desert doesn't forget. Sometimes, it just echoes. Story 3. The Passenger, the final story, belongs to a driver named Clara, who hauls agricultural equipment through the Midwest. She's pragmatic, doesn't believe in ghosts, and trusts her dashboard more than any rumor. But one rainy October night changed that. She was taking a shortcut through rural Illinois to beat a weather front. The roads were narrow, lined with cornfields that stretched into the dark. Her headlights caught a figure standing near a split-rail fence, soaked to the bone, holding a duffel bag. She slowed down. He looked to be in his late 50s, wearing a faded flannel and work boots. She pulled over. "You heading north?" she asked. He nodded, climbed in, and sat quietly. She turned on the heater. "Where to?" "Just keep driving," he said. "You'll know when we're close." She shrugged, put the truck in gear, and followed the GPS. 20 minutes passed. He didn't speak. She glanced at the side mirror. The road signs were repeating. The same mile marker. The same faded billboard for a closed hardware store. She tried to turn around, but the road curved into a dead-end field. Her phone lost signal. The GPS screen froze, then displayed a single word: home. The passenger finally spoke. "It's right there, behind the trees." She looked. Just an old farmhouse, roof caved in, windows boarded. "I used to live there," he said softly. 30 years ago, the ice storm took the power. I walked out to fix the generator. Never made it back." He turned to her. "I just needed someone to see it." The cab grew impossibly cold. She blinked, and the seat beside her was empty. The duffel bag was gone. But on the floor mat sat a single waterlogged photograph of a man standing in front of that exact house, smiling. Clara drove away and never took that shortcut again. Some souls don't want to haunt. They just want to be remembered. If you drive the night, you learn quickly that the road doesn't just connect places. It connects moments, memories, and sometimes, the people who never made it to their destination. Which of these stories kept you checking your rearview mirror? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you've got your own highway encounter, share it below. I read every single one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a new drop into the unknown. Stay safe, keep your eyes on the asphalt, and remember, not every shadow on the highway is just a shadow. Thanks for riding along. I'll see you on the next stretch.